I guess when it comes to living in the real world, a lot of children have no idea how much it costs for certain things. And you will be surprised at what they do know, though. Natalie Oliveri went along to find out. Have a look.
How much is an iPod?
$100, maybe $110.
Something around $250.
How much is a mobile phone?
Probably about $40 to $80.
$250.
How about a loaf of bread?
$5, $10 maybe.
$1.
How much is a movie ticket?
I'd probably say 15 for a kid, 30 for an adult.
$15.
Okay, well, should kids be paying more attention to the real cost of goods so they'll be prepared for life after they leave home? Sharon Witt joins me. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, Kerri-anne. And this actually came out of a survey in the UK that said that over half the teenagers who actually surveyed thought that a loaf of bread cost more than a pound a loaf. They thought that was 29 pence a loaf, and it was actually over £1 a loaf. So about half the teenagers didn't realise how much a loaf of bread was actually worth.
Just the cost of living, that's food, let alone iPhones. Okay, so I guess when all is said and done, it's actually the parents' fault.
Well, okay, let's blame everything on the parents.
But I mean, truth be known, if your kid doesn't know how much it is, it means they've not had to do it.
Yes, I think we certainly have to have those conversations with our children. I mean, I take my children food shopping with me most times because they're a great help. But we actually talk through things, you know, how much does this cost and how much is the milk and how many can I get for, you know, what's on special. And I think that's really important to have those conversations with children from as early as you can because, you know, they're living in the real world.
Well, it is hard. You've got two working parents. You've got to take the kids half the time because there's nowhere else to leave them. But going through those important things, it must be exhausting. Okay, at what age should parents really start to instill what things cost? Because to them it's all relative.
I think as early as children start to understand and start to ask for things. So as soon as children start to say, oh, can I have an ice cream or you know, can I have McDonald's for dinner or whatever, start to say, you know, okay, but we need to look at our budget and we don't just have, you know, money doesn't just grow on trees, as my mum used to say. You know, you actually need to start to say, this is how much we have this week and you know, it does cost. And because children will forever put their hands out for more things, you know, as much as they can.
They've been doing that forever.
They have been.
Okay, so if it's a pocket money type of household, you start as early as possible. Are you talking 5, 10?
Yeah, of the parents that I've surveyed, most of them start sort of 5, 6, 7-year-old. As soon as the children can start to actively participate, unpack the dishwasher, make their beds, clean the bathroom.
It's chores for pocket money.
Yeah, well, there are some households that I've surveyed that actually say, no, I'm not actually going to pay. The children are just going to do these set chores and then as part of just running a normal household, whilst other parents will actually pay a certain amount a week to expect these certain chores will be done. So
then you get things like, I want an iPod, I want an iPhone, I want
I want
these
an
other
iPad,
things.
Kerri-anne. You know, $600, $700, Children are saying, I know one parent whose son wanted a flat screen TV with Foxtel hooked up into his room. Thank you very much for his birthday. So, and there are some parents out there that can afford this and who have high incomes. And go, absolutely, we'll pop a flat screen in there.
But on average, if you're, you know, a lot of kids will have these things. So at what stage should you make them contribute to it? And is that fair even for a birthday present?
Well, I think if it's a really expensive birthday present, you could say, look, we'll go halves, or you can start putting some money towards that. But I certainly think if children are wanting some high-ticketed items, that they certainly should start to put some money aside. I mean, I remember we had like one of those thermometers charts up on our kitchen on the fridge, and you know, my son had to colour in as he certainly saved up for something special. So you could see that it's actually a process to save up. I mean, we're in a society now where people just put things, you know, on the credit card and you know, pay for it later. And we're really, you know, we're going to raise a bunch of young people who are just going to be just credit people.
Hence the survey today that said apprenticeships are on the decline simply because kids can go and get menial jobs at a greater salary.
Absolutely.
Compared to a $6 to $8 an hour for a hairdresser or electrical apprentice.
That's right. And I think as parents it's really important for us to have these constant communication and really these conversations with our children from early on about finances. Otherwise, they're going to have a rude shock when they get their own home.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much, Sharon.
Thanks, Kerri-anne.
We've got more coming up now. You can make, well, you can get fit and make a difference. Have a look at this.